How's it going? Running a little behind, as you can tell. Yeah, we're only 15 minutes. Yes, please. Water. Hey guys, good afternoon, good morning, good night. Hey from Atlanta. Hey from New Orleans. Hey is the rooster. Yes, hey is the rooster. Happy Monday. Is it? Is it really? What's up from Wisconsin? You got your phone? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Oh, what a day, what a day. Nothing like those last minute installs to make you late for stuff that you know you have coming every week. I know. It's like a surprise every week. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Steve.
I hate Mondays. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Honestly, yeah. You know, back when I worked at AVE many years ago, we always had 2 days off, and because because I was the manager, I would you'd either get Saturday and Sunday off or Sunday and Monday.
Okay.
And then I would take Sunday and Wednesday. Oh, gee, F350 David. Hey, Dave, what's up, buddy? And so I would take Wednesdays off. So I would never have 2 days in a row, which Susan hated. But on the upside, the reason why I enjoyed it because Wednesdays was free small popcorn day at the AMC for AMC Rewards.
Free popcorn.
Free small popcorn if you had the AMC Rewards. So I would spend...
And you have the...
I had the rewards card,
nice.
So every Wednesday I would sit in there with all the old guys, or if it was a movie Haley wanted to see, because she was a baby back then, I'd take her, and I'd have my free popcorn. And that was my Wednesday. So what I would do is as Haley got to be older and she was in grade school, I would go to lunch with her. So I'd go to the school and go to lunch, because you could do that, and I'd have lunch with her. And then I would leave lunch and I'd go to the movies. And that was how was Disney? Disney was busy. Okay, so it was funny. We went with my wife's parents, and we were talking about this earlier today. Haley, we had this weekend scheduled to go to the water park, but then we found out they were going, and we ended up going with them, and they went over a day early, and blah, blah, blah. So Haley wanted to go to the water park, and they were leaving early.
Okay.
And yesterday in Florida, we had this big storm that was coming through. I mean, it was the top of the state to the bottom of the state, and as wide as the state coming. Yeah. And she's sitting there going, I think it's going to blow past. So they left at noon, or 1 o'clock, and then we had to go to the water park because there's no negotiation. The world was going to end if Haley didn't get to go to the water park. What's up? What's up? Hey, Philip. Hey, Ivan. Phillip? Keith. What's up?
Chicago.
Drove by the store on my way home from work. I'm watching you. Awesome.
What's up, Jason from Ontario?
What's up, Bill? And so we went to the water park, and of course I had my ear infection, so I had the stuff in my ear, and I couldn't hear anything out of this ear because I guess I'm deaf. And hey, from Sweden. I talked to a guy from Sweden today. Yeah, we talked.
Oh, we have a call from Sweden.
Yeah, I got
to
email him back. I got to email him back after work. I got to look at his pictures. And so all we want to do is go on the lazy river. I think we went around the lazy river like 4 times, and she's like, "I've had enough. Let's go." We got out. We got showers. Just as we were coming out of the showers, it starts pouring. It stopped for 10 minutes. We ran to the car, drove home. It was a great day.
Awesome.
Long story long.
Kate is like, "Hey, Dan and Fernando, I just drove by the store on the way home."
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
cool.
there you go. Australia, AC/DC, all the way, man. I slipped on a banana today.
What?
How do you actually do that? That's
well,
like. Did you have a safe? Did you have a safe drop on your head too? Just saying.
That's hard, man.
How was your weekend?
It was really good. Stay home, clean a little bit.
Of course.
And then from there we went to my sister-in-law. She made
family day.
Family day. She made fish tacos, really good.
Which I think is funny that you never had fish tacos.
Well,
I mean,
different
for one,
fish tacos,
but never. Yeah, I mean.
But yeah,
hey,
that
from
was
Ohio.
really good. Yeah, so that was fun.
It was fun.
We get really wet.
Yeah. Well,
that was
dude,
crazy.
when we were driving back over the causeway,
yeah.
the water was breaking onto the parking lot, and on the other side, of course, there was nothing, and it was all the way up to the AC/DC, our car audio store. Oh, okay. And it was It was all low. It was like super high tide, so it was all the way up to the road on the other side. So it was pretty funny. It must have been really miserable here. But other than that, oh, you know what?
What?
I have some information. So for all you guys that caught today's show, we did the new radio, the 9905, and on the upside tomorrow we're actually going to Kenwood Training. Okay, the plan is to go to Kenwood Training. I'm not holding my breath because, as usual, Paul doesn't know how to allot time all that well. But, as I promised in the video, I would give you a list of the phones that are compatible with wireless CarPlay right now because there's only 5 that are confirmed. That's not to say some others won't work. You do have to download an app to your phone that just launched over the weekend. And secondly, the Google... It's not C, it's D. Alright, whatever. I don't know what she means. CD's nuts?
CD.
I don't know.
It is. What?
I don't know. Whatever Sue's got going
on. Chef. Jeff, what's going on?
Hey, Dean, happy anniversary. Thank you so much. We did celebrate our anniversary on Saturday. I've been married forever.
Forever? Really?
Yeah, and it's still happy. Google Pixel 1 and 2. Google Pixel XL1 and 2, the Nexus 6P and the Nexus 5X are right now the only confirmed phones that work with wireless CarPlay.
Right.
That was as of Saturday. That's not to say AVDC. Got it. AVDC. All right, I see what's going on there. Adam, yeah, okay, Sue, relax. All right, cool. Audio, video, DC. Okay, awesome. Got it. Everyone's happy now. Everyone take a breath. It's ABC. ABC is easy as 1,
I was thinking that was
ABCD.
Okay.
We did what? Oh, we did have an anniversary?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, technically, that was the day it came. We really didn't do anything other than spend the day at Disney, so nothing
What's up,
special
Miguel?
there. Anyways, I don't want to have an argument with my wife in the comments. It seems like no fun.
That's a marriage, man. Yeah. That's fine.
So those are the 5 phones that are compatible as of Saturday. That's not to say that there won't be more phones, because on this list are no Samsung phones at all, which I find very strange. I would think for sure that a Galaxy S8 or the Note whatever would totally be compatible with it.
Yep.
This is going to be a developing thing because it is new tech, and not every phone is going to be compatible. So if you're in a hurry to go out and buy it because you have, an Android, you're an Android user and you want to use wireless Android, you may want to wait a month or two until it all calms down and everyone kind of figures out how this is going to work.
Which one is work, which one doesn't.
Which ones don't.
So don't assume that because you have an Android phone, it's going to work.
It was my 17th won't be the same. Rest in peace, my best friend. Well, that's depressing, and I'm sorry to hear that. What's up, James? Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, Bill?
Might be here for a long time because I'm at work. Oh, well, hey, no problem. Nice. How's work going? Hope work is going good.
There you go, Google Pixel.
Yeah, there you go, Bill. Bill just put it in the notes if you guys didn't hear what I said.
Nice.
Hopefully we'll be on time tomorrow, Bill, not holding my breath.
I hope. That would be awesome.
I don't even want to go there right now. It's very frustrating. I'm so frustrated right now. It is Google doing and not Kenwood USA. We know that. Yeah, we got that. Yeah, no, we understand. It'll all clear itself out. It's no big deal. Do you have a question for me?
I have a questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, Zach.
And feel free if you want to answer them. Go right ahead. I know how you like me answering them, but... Okay, go ahead.
All right, so what's up, guys? I got 2440 NEX, the TR7 pack version micro bypass. I was trying to do the auto EQ, and it says error. Check the subwoofer volume.
Yes.
But my subs are playing fine. The mic is plugged in into the aux jack. Any suggestion?
Yeah, turn the gain on the subwoofer all the way down. At the end of the day, turn the subwoofer volume control to 0 and turn the gain on the subwoofer all the way down. What's happening is it wants to decrease the level to the subwoofer as low as it possibly can so that it can do the full surround, and then it'll turn it up just a hair. So turn your gain on your subwoofer all the way down. It just needs to hear a sub to do the time correction. The subwoofer is not needed for full time correction. So just turn it all the way down You'll be fine, and then when you're done, you can always go back in and turn the gain to where you thought you had it. What's up, Jason? How's it going? Hope you had a great weekend, buddy.
What's up, Jason?
You skipped one. Danny, we'll get to yours. Is there a Danny? So you look for Danny.
Yeah. Hang on.
He's on there?
Let me see.
We'll get to everyone. We try to get to them in somewhat order. Hey guys, watching your show, I've learned a lot. Thank you.
Danny does say what's up.
Hey guys from Australia.
I'm gonna get to all of them. Hang on.
No, you're not gonna get to all of them. You're gonna get to most of them.
Oh, okay. So hang on. Kate say, when setting the gains on the amp, there are more power than the speakers.
Yeah.
RMS.
Yeah.
Do you set the clipping on the amp for the RMS or?
Okay,
Let's see. Assuming that you have the crossover set to keep the speakers safe,
yes,
it's a 3-way setup.
Okay.
So they can handle more power than the rated.
A lot of speakers will handle more power than the rated, mainly because they usually rate power handlings from 20 to 20 or 20 or 15 to 5. They generally have a wider range. And then they'll say like 45 watts of power handling. Well, we all know that most speakers will handle more than 45 watts of power. By setting the crossover right so that you limit the amount of movement to the speaker in the range, you can set the amp to clip, but you also, there again, are limited by the speaker. So let's say you have a 200 watt amp and you have a 45 watt speaker. Probably not going to set it to clip, you're going to want to turn it down. Only because you want to be able to max out the level on your radio as a precaution. A lot of people like to keep it at 16, 15, halfway up, which is a shame because a lot of radio manufacturers build in a power band because volume on a radio doesn't go straight up like this, it kind of does this. And then like a Kenwood, it raises up to 15 because that's where most of the adjustment is. And then from 15 up, it gets progressively louder. There's a lot of micro adjustment there. But I would set the radio to clip first. Find out where clip is on the amplifier if you can, obviously with the speakers not connected, and maybe put a mark there, and then turn them all the way down, turn the radio all the way up, make sure you have your crossover points right, and then start turning up the level and see how it sounds. Play some music for every increment. Each amp usually has a dash on it. Go from dash to dash to dash until you find a safe range to play your speakers at so that you're not going to blow them. And then if you somehow manage to make it all the way up, you at least know where clip is on the amp so you won't go past that.
All right, I'm wondering, you mentioned there you have done Mini Coopers in the past.
Yes.
What head unit did you put?
We kept it because it was a brand new Mini Cooper, and at the time they didn't have the new dash kit available that they have now. Bill just got one of those, and he's probably going to put some form of a Kenwood in it. Looking forward to that. Might get a chance to help him on that one. I don't know. It's up to you, Bill. Just throwing it out there.
All right, this is Danny's question. Danny say, hey, so if I connect my phone to the HDMI on my 4200 NEX, will I able to use some rear monitors and be able to see whatever is in my phone in the back?
No.
Or should I use the media links that you mentioned in the videos?
We did a really good video on that, how to get the rear screen to work, connected to, it was a Pioneer video where we talked about that. Basically what happens is if you feed the HDMI into the radio, you can't mirror it onto the rear screens because of HDMI being a protected copyright cable, meaning you can only go from HDMI to HDMI to HDMI. It won't transfer from HDMI to coax because Pioneer is paying the rights to have that HDMI logo. If they were a white box radio, it wouldn't be an issue. So what you do, obviously, to circumvent that is you use the Media Links cable that does it in the chip, converts it over to RCA, plug it into the video input, and then you can video output it to whatever you want, and that works great. And honestly, you're really not going to notice too much different in screen quality. Because typically coming off the phone is sketchy at best anyways because your phone is 1080 and that's an 800 by 480 screen.
All right, let's see. Bill, say, what's up guys? I have a quick question. Does the Twitter and the Mustang match?
You're not late,
460?
Cody. We were late. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
The Twitters and the Mustang.
What about
match 460 system. Do they play full frequency?
Yeah, because
I wanted to do a bypass. I don't know what year.
So most of the time in the Fords, what they have, depending on the year, usually it's some form of a mid-bass in the lower door, and then depending on the year, it could be a woofer and a 2.5-inch mid-range. it could be a woofer, and then in the 5x7, it's a 5 1/4 tweeter. If it's a brand new Mustang, then it's going to be a mid bass and a tweeter. Now, so what did we want to do?
It's bypassing the amplifier.
Bypassing the amplifier. So we're assuming
basically
it has some
want to
form
change
of an
radio
amplifier.
and speakers.
Yeah. So there again, it depends on what year you have, because if it is a subwoofer in the bottom of the door, those are going to be on their own amplifier. The mid-range could be on the radio. It could be 3 amplifier system. So it really depends. It really just depends on what year it is. But yes, you can bypass the amplifier. If it's an older system, no, the mid-range and the tweeter are going to be on the same channel.
Para Eli, mira,
It's an 01 Mustang.
Pioneer acaba de sacar la serie de la Z. Puedes checar esos subwoofers, son muy buenos, o el Champion.
If it's an 01 Mustang, I'm pretty sure the mid-range and the tweeter are both on the same channel. And then the woofer would have its own little amplifier, so you'd have to run new tweeter wires. Alright. You're using the new car cam? Not yet.
Alright, retain backup camera, steering wheel controls, hands-free phone, and controls on the 2018 Subaru Crosstrek or Impreza.
Right.
Yeah. What do we need?
Honestly, I don't know. In the 2018, we haven't gotten one in yet, and I really haven't looked. Natural flow of events, what we do if we got that car in, the first thing we do is we go to pack-audio.com and find out if their CP2 would work with it. I know Idealink Maestro makes a Subaru capability, but it usually doesn't do anything for the backup camera. The other check would be Metra, and if neither one of them have anything, then you're going to have to do the old-fashioned way, which is just test.
Alright, Eric, any new updates on the Metra dash kits or anything for the 2016 Honda Accord?
No, other than it's still the same kit, and it's a hit or miss. Some guys have had good luck with it, a lot of guys haven't. Real quick before I go to battery relay between fuses or before one of the fuses. So basically how you wire up a relay is you have a battery. Off of each battery, there should be a fuse, and then somewhere connected between there should be the relay. But battery, fuse, relay somewhere between, it really doesn't matter where it goes, but you want to make sure that there's a fuse directly off of that battery, as short a distance as possible, just like you do underneath the hood, because that's where the fire is going to start.
Alright, do you answer this question? What is the best subwoofer for a Jeep 4-door?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Also, what do you do to rewire 2 amps? Do you run separate wires, like separate fuses?
So so first thing for the Jeep, a lot of the Jeeps we do are they want space. So like we just did the video where we showed that new Alpine under the seat subwoofer is a great option. Personally, it wasn't enough bass for us, but for the people we've put it in so far, they've been overjoyed with it. It allows you to keep your full trunk area. Typically what we like to do is Q-Power has a Rhino-lined 110 or 112 downfiring box. We add a 1-inch plastic extension to the bottom so that it's riding on those, lifts it up a little higher, and we put some Comp RT into it. Because most people, believe it or not, they don't want to do big subwoofer boxes in the back of their cars. So that's what we do majority of the time. Okay, next question.
All right. Let's see. I called Paul earlier, and he was awesome. I have a new Sonata non-infinity system. Any reason to go with an LCQ into Alpine XA90V? So the LC7i?
Yeah, okay, so my personal favorite is the LCQ1. And the reason why I like it so much is because we do have the RTAs that makes it a lot easier to set. If you're happy with the way your car...
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. If you're happy with the way your car sounds, meaning you just want it louder, you're not necessarily worried about changing the overall tonal quality. I mean, by replacing the speakers, you're going to get a different sound. But if you're fine with the sound that's coming out of the radio, and you feel that bass, mid, and adjustment that's in the radio is enough for you, then the LC7i is perfect. It'll allow you to go in, you can just amplify everything, and just hope that those 3 bands are enough to do what you need. However, If you're not happy with the way it sounds and you wish you had more adjustment, that's where the LCQ1 comes in, because that's going to give you some. It's got 12 dBs either way on each adjustment. You won't need to use it at 12 dB. Most of the time, if you've watched the videos where we put in the LCQ1, we're moving it a hair this way or that, and it makes a major difference, because it'll take out, for one, we can use it to DEQ a system, and then add a little salt and pepper onto it to make it sound a little bit nicer. So, dropping off, man. We're looking forward to Alpine and hitting subs.
All right. What do you prefer, running a 5-channel amp or like a 2 different amps?
It really just depends on power handling. This I'll answer the other question too that you asked about how we
What's
wire
up,
up
Ada?
2 amplifiers. Hey, Ada, what's going on? I'm here again. No cussing. So, okay, depending on what subs you're going with, I much prefer a 5-channel amp, because a lot of people aren't going for big subwoofer systems that much here anymore. So the 5-channel, like PDX V9 has 500 watts. The 1005 has, Rockford T-Series has like 500 watts there again. It's a lot of power, so normal to medium-sized 212 boxes or just one really nice single subwoofer, that's a great application. That's a great option. Now, if we're going to do like the Tundras, we like to do P312s. If the guy wants 2, then that kind of takes the option of a 5-channel amp out of the equation. We're going to go with something a little bit bigger, because we're going to want 750 to 1,000 watts for those 2 subs. In that case, we're going to go with multiple amplifiers. Now, when we do multiple amplifiers of normal size, what we like to do is run 2 4-gauge as opposed to a 0-gauge.
Yeah. Main
Main reason why is we're going to get the same amount of current flow. I mean, there's no reason to think we wouldn't. But a 0-gauge is the size of a garden hose, and in a lot of cars it's really hard to do. Not saying that 4-gauge is going to be any less, but it's flatter to the floor and a little bit easier to run in a car to look better. So I like to run that. Plus, it's going to give us 2 fuse holders underneath the fuse, not one big fuse holder. And that way, if there's ever any problem, it's easy to disconnect. I wear an extra large. He wears a medium.
Medium.
I like roomy shirts.
Medium. Yeah.
So.
All right. I was trying to ask Ada if he watched his car after the driving in the dirt and everything.
I'm sure he did. If he was complaining,
he's like, oh my God.
I'm sure if he was complaining that much about getting his car dirty.
That's crazy. Okay. Would you consider to renting test equipment like the SMD DD1? They haven't out of stock for long. I just want to set my games on my GMD 9605.
See, I can't rent the equipment because we use the equipment all the absolutely shirts coming. Awesome. Because we rent. I'm sorry, I can't rent them because we use them every day, and that's like we work 6 days a week, so it's like nope, didn't wash it. He said. Absolute shirt coming. All right, cool.
Cool, man. Yeah.
And you need to get with me after this. We'll do something together.
Yeah.
You know what to do. It's Facebook. It's easy. Did you ever tell the story of the first time you worked with Fernando? Actually, it's funny. He worked for a competitor. While you're finding the next question, he worked for a competitor, and what happened is every time they'd have to do a steering wheel control, he would drive the car up to me, and I would show him how to do it. And of course, I'd give him tons of crap. I mean, like, bro, man, really? I mean, it's like it's 3 wires. They're right here. It's real hard. No habla inglés. I mean, I'd be a total jerk.
Yeah.
And he would take it and just be happy, and he would just sit there like, wow. Yeah. Because where he came from, it's like if they had a pair of crimpers and a screwdriver, they were good for the day. And then just to see all these other ways of doing things.
Yeah.
So, when he came here, which I was like, when Paul was asking me, who should we hire? And I was like, I want to hire Fernando. And he's like, why do you want to, I'm like, I want to hire Fernando. This is the guy I want him to come work for me, because he, to me, had the desire to learn that you just don't find that much anymore. And I didn't want somebody who knew everything, because they're annoying. So we hired him, and the first day he worked for me, I gave him my speech that I gave all my guys. And it's like, look, man, you're an employee. I'm an employee. We work together. I'm not your best friend. I'm not your buddy. We're not going to go hang out on the weekends. You're going to do what I say. There's not going to be a lot of back talk. And if I'm a dick, you're going to have to put up with it, because that's just how it is, And he just kind of was like, I can't believe I just took this job, you know? And it's been great ever since, you know? It's like, but I feel you have to set those, I mean, and don't get me wrong, we still hang out sometimes on the weekends. We do shit with our family. We're friends. But you have to set those boundaries right from the get-go so that, you know, when I worked at AVE, you know, all the installers wanted to be friends with the owner because we all hung out. Dude, we're working 6 days a week together. We spend more time with our coworkers than we do our families. So there has to be some kind of bond there. And, you know, on the weekends, it's almost like, oh, thank God.
That was amazing because, like, literally, when I came here, I grabbed my tools and everything.
Yeah,
and he's
so
like,
annoying.
Yeah. He's like, okay, let me get you straight. I'm not your friend. You know, I'm here just to work, and if you do what I say, we're gonna get along. I'm like, okay, fine.
So, I had to ask, what's your favorite brand outside of amp and audio control?
Yeah.
Because it does seem we lean a lot towards those. And, okay, I'm a big Morel fan. I love Morel. I've been using a Morel forever, so I really like those. We've had some customers that have bought the new amplifiers. I have yet to play with those. And now you guys are
Saludos, Steve.
the Audio Duo, Dynamic Duo. I can't read. So I'm a big fan of Morel. I'm happy that we finally got that brand in the house because I always felt that was the one brand I just really wanted to sell again. I like the Focal K2 line. I'm a big fan of Focal K2s. Amplifiers are where I'm always kind of on the fence on because there's just so many of them and there's a lot of them I like. Like, I'm really like the new Phoenix Gold 1200 by 6. I think that's a cool amp. We know we do a lot of Alpine amplifiers, but they're not, like, I would never buy one for myself only because it just doesn't do it for me. I am really impressed with those new Power Series T micro amplifiers. Those are badass, is the easiest way to say that. With, I mean...
Yeah.
Even though it's a bad word, wah. And I like Pioneer decks.
You like?
I like Pioneer decks.
Yeah,
I mean, not to say I don't like everyone else. Like right now, I have the 9905 in my dash. I'm loving it. It's granted, I've only had 2 days. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot. I was thinking. Yes, it is an end product.
Come on. Yeah.
But like right now, I'm really banging my head against the wall trying to figure out what amplifiers I want to go with.
Right now, for me, I like the small Rockford.
Yeah.
The tiny ones. Yeah.
Well, you love Rockford. You're having a big-time love affair with Rockford.
Yeah.
I mean, you want a full Rockford system.
Yes.
Which you're going to have to wait for. I'm sorry.
Okay, anyways.
Audio control is going to come first on that one, my buddy.
3.5 input going to the stock Boss amp, going into the DM810. Do I use the high-level input plugs or solder the RCAs and use the low-level inputs on the DM810?
So 3.5 minute. Is this what I'm looking at? Going on to my stock Boss. Wait, what am I looking? Am I looking at this?
3.5, yeah.
Okay, going into my Bose amp, going into the DM810. Do I use the high-level inputs or solder? Okay, so... If the signal's coming into the amp and you have a variable voltage there, you can solder RCAs onto it right there and plug it directly into the DM810. We did a 911 video a while back in a Titan where we went over this, where he had the factory Rockford Fosgate system and the Nissan, and there was a variable voltage. We showed you how to check for that. The voltage changes when you go up and down on the deck. We soldered RCAs onto it, plugged it right into, we're good to go. If it doesn't do that, then you're going to need to go after the amplifier, and then you're going to do high level. Does that make sense? So,
all right, yeah. Louis. Louis, did you get my message on YouTube or Facebook about the 2000 Civic running new wires into the doors?
I did see that. I'm sorry I didn't answer it. It's a pain in the butt, just like the guy replied on there. It is really hard. But if you're going to do it, the easiest way I've ever found, which I personally don't like, but it's the only way I could think of at the time, because a lot of times we have to have door lock actuators to these things, is you come through the boot and you poke out the other side. You shield the wire on its own. So you basically have two shields. You have the shield that is the factory shield, and you have your new shield. Put a couple zip ties on there to hold them together. You poke another hole in the bottom of the grommet and come through it. And then what you're going to want to do is get some silicone, black silicone, and goo around both those holes so you have a nice watertight seal. It's not perfect. I don't like it, but it's the only way I've found to do that, unless you've got some really thin wires and you can take the doors off the car.
Yeah. All right. So, hey guys, just wanted to thank you for your advice on tuning my DM810. A few shows ago, took me some time, but I get it. I'm still having to set up a preset with time alignment. I see it.
It made me say it. God. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
That seems like it's going to be another project. Any tips? Time alignment.
Time alignment's actually pretty easy with the DM810. I got to be honest with you. It's literally so if you have tweeters in the dash and mid-range in the door, you're going to tune to the tweeters we've found. Everyone's got a little bit of different opinion on this. What we do, and this is what works for us, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for every tuner out there. I'm going to do a show on tuning. That would be nice.
Hey, Carl, what's from Manchester, UK? That's awesome.
Cool. Everyone does tuning a little bit differently, I've found. I mean, I talked to Jeff Smith. He has his idea of how tuning should be. I'm sure Ada has his way that he likes to tune.
Yeah.
I talked to Chris Bennett. He has his idea on how to tune.
Bill has his own idea.
And what works for us most of the time is if we go from ear to tweeter in the dash and usually add an inch for the depth of the tweeter if needed. And then do that to here, and then the rear try to get as close as possible, and that's pretty much it on an 810. There's not any more adjustment other than that. And then you listen to it, and sometimes you may need to do a millisecond delay here or there just to get the image in the center. And you want to make sure you listen to, like, he likes what's the Michael Bublé song? I Feel Good.
I Feel Good.
Yeah, yes. I Feel Good. That has a really great beginning there, and then of course,
in the middle too. Yeah.
Sheffield Labs, which I think we have this track on DNF Tool Drawer.
Yep.
And there's a section where I think where the tools are, where we have downloads. You can download a track there that says left, center, right, and it's actually the people talking in that.
Your voice is going to appear. Yeah, in the left side of the dash. That's awesome.
Okay, so you can download that, and that'll help you out a lot too.
All right. Let's see. Saludos, Ismaela, Puerto Rico. Colombia, Craig, what's going on? Dropping my F-150 off Friday. Yes. Okay. And then he said,
I don't know which one that is.
Steve say I wanted to go drive from Texas, so you guys can work on my car. You will be the second.
First. Yeah. Real quick, she says, what head unit and pack adapter do I use for Bose system in a 2007 Trailblazer? Please help. Okay, so pack. Okay.
Did you see Kate? He said, I just want to everybody know that I'm listening in the shower.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
I bought a Bluetooth speaker so I could do that. Not listen to us, but listen to music in the shower. And then Haley stole it, so oh well.
Sometimes I listen to podcasts again.
Sometimes I sleep at night too. So in a Trailblazer, please help. Okay, so Pack makes several different harnesses, and they break down like this. You have a RP3, which is going to be the most basic of the RP line. And the way I say that is because they make two more below that we won't even talk about because you have a Bose system. The RP3 is going to do no steering wheel controls. The Bose integration on it is mediocre at best. Then you have the RP4. The RP4 is an RP3 that will have better Bose integration and will give you steering wheel controls. And then you have the RP5. The RP5, it doesn't matter what you have, it will work on everything. It's going to make the Bose install. It's going to be the super easiest one to install. Okay? They all come pre-programmed for steering wheel controls. You can reprogram them if you need to. Go Lightning.
Go Lightning.
But the minimum you're going to want is an RP4. Now, the one thing you have to keep in mind is if it's using the, it's an 07, so it's probably going to be using the 24-bit gray plug. if you have Bose and you're using that, you're also going to want to, if you're not doing the RP5, is you're going to want to pick up 2 S&I noise filters because you're going to get noise if you don't. That's why just jumping to the RP5 makes life a heck of a lot easier because they're built into the RP5. And the RP5 comes with the antenna adapter, so that's one less thing you have to buy. So at the end of the day, the best deal is still the RP5. You get the antenna adapter, you don't have to buy 2 noise filters, life is good.
All right, for Jesus, Kicker 600.1, that will be good for you, 2 Kicker 10s. Have you ever heard anything about Maestro working with the DMA-10? Data link.
Yes, and no. It's going to. Chris hasn't given us a date yet.
No.
Ada, if you know anything, I know you recently talked to Chris.
All right.
But yeah, we're still waiting on that. He said summertime, so I mean, technically, you know, it's not here yet.
All right. What would you recommend? The Rockford 10 or 12 power sub for a 2017 Jeep, and you can cut the RCA's for high level input, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think?
You know,
I would be the 12.
I just go right to the 12. I mean,
you can turn it down.
The 12 is a little bit more, and like you said. What do I always say?
You cannot turn it up.
Bingo. You can always turn it down. You can't turn it up.
I have a 2000.
It's coming. It's coming. So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
You know, Audio Control has a lot of neat things coming real soon. You know, you got to remember a lot of this stuff for Audio Control, even though they've been in this game for a really long time. And it's funny. I was talking to a pack engineer. We were talking to the pack engineer the other day because we were talking about them and their Amp Pro and them coming out with their version with the DSP built into it. And he's like, dude, you just don't understand how much stuff has to be working in order for this to happen. Because you're integrating with the factory radio. So it's not just like, so think of this. You have backup sensors, all right? Backup sensors, let's say they play through the rear speakers. Now you've gone ahead and put a tune on it that is added time delay and EQ to the rear speakers. That has to shut off in order for the backup sensors to do what they need to do out of the speakers and then turn back on and do it seamlessly. The other thing is, too, is let's say you have a side awardance where it's beep, 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 beep. Okay, that also is tuned, time-corrected, could be multi-channel. That all has to work still, so there's a lot of testing that goes into it. That's all. It's just, you know, they want it to work 100%. And I was sitting there going, you know, I never thought of that because I would just think you buy an Amp Pro, you plug it in, and, you know, to whatever DSP you want, it's going to work. Well, no, what's not working is you're DSPing that signal for the rear speakers, and it's not changing. So when you're DSPing that Amp Pro, if you've added delay to the rear and you have backup sensors, guess what? It changes. So they want to make sure that stuff doesn't do that. Not to mention all the trim levels of one part. Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of work that goes into that, and it's going to work great. Be patient.
All right, I have a 2014. I don't, but he does.
Okay.
Dodge Charger, 8.2 screen. What can I use to keep my original radio and get best output for the amps?
Funny, we were just talking about an Amp Pro. You can either use an Amp Pro or an iDataLink AR with you can either use an Amp Pro from Pack. You can go to pack-audio.com and check that out, or you can go to you can go to iDataLink/Maestro and select replace your radio or keep your radio, and you're going to get directed to a DSR1 with their T cable, so like a ACH, and then there'll be a number after that, and that'll be how you do that. Real quick, this brings up an interesting point. What's your opinion on image dynamic subs and speakers? When I worked at AV, we were actually the #1 retailer for Image Dynamic for the year. It was kind of impressive there. But why that's an interesting question and why I'm answering it is Eddie, our old Pioneer rep that we did real-life interview with an industry professional, he is now working for Image Dynamic / Cerwin Vega. It's all one company, and he just got a regional job or some job there. So he's really excited. So but we don't sell either one of those products, so we won't get to see him for that. But Image Dynamic sub is not bad. Actually, it's Diamond. I'm sorry, Diamond and Cerwin Vega. Image Dynamic makes. Because we actually transitioned from Image Dynamic to Diamond because back then Diamond was kind of like. Bill actually, I think, reps Image Dynamic.
Yeah.
They have the ID Max, which is still the current badass subwoofer that they make, and it's awesome. It's an awesome woofer. We don't get a chance to do anything with it, but yeah.
The Idaho Toyota parts were dropping today.
Oh. Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at Powerbase. I haven't looked at my email yet, so I know that's going to be.
All right. So, any ideas to improving the sound system on a BMW 320i, 2013 to 2017? Well, Focal makes an awesome speaker, a replacement factory speaker.
Focal makes an awesome one. Rockford makes an awesome one.
Rockford makes an awesome one, and then
who else makes one? I was just looking. We carry the Audison makes one. Audison makes one. But yeah, there's several different manufacturing lines. Check out Focal. See what that does for you.
Oh, maybe.
Or the match.
Yeah. I have a quick question. I own a 2007 Ford Expedition. I want to upgrade to the 6x9s. What adapter brackets would you recommend?
What year?
2007. Expedition. It's 6x8.
It's a 6x8, man. It's got nothing to do with the bracket. It's just not enough depth there to make that happen. The 6x9 is like an inch and a half deeper than a 5x7.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are guys that have done it, and it's just hokey. It's hokey at best. You're going to have to cut the door a lot. There are no brackets they make to do that. Okay, the match plug and play with DSP. Okay, there you go. So, your 328, there's also the match plug and play with DSP. I'm a nerd. No, you're good. I sell it. I'll have to check that out.
We're nerds.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a RP5 GM11 and a Kenwood DDX 375 BT in my Tahoe 2005. Every time that I start my truck, I need to push on start button in order to listen to music. Otherwise, it doesn't play.
Oh God!
Wow.
I had this one the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody I think I had it last week or whatever. What RPGM11?
Yes, 2005.
Okay. That's totally weird. There's a brown wire on that harness. It's a loop.
That's correct. Yes.
You're gonna want to check that. Check the brown loop and see what the heck's going on with that. It's a mute wire, and if it's not cut, it will shut accessory off on the radio. If it's cut, it won't shut accessory off on the radio. So 2 things. 1, check the brown wire, and then also go to pack-audio.com and download the instruction manual if you don't currently have it, or just read it and find where it talks about the brown loop wire and what it's capable of doing. I'm pretty sure that's probably what the problem is.
All right, so I don't get this one. I have a 2300 Pioneer.
Yes.
And it's up to date.
Yeah.
When I play YouTube, I don't get the subscription.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. So we have a video in our Pioneer playlist that tells you what you have to do. Is you have to go. It's a really back door. It's kind of hokey, but we have a video that walks you through the process of how to set it up. It's not something I can explain on this, but we take you page by page on how to set it up so that you get your subscription. Just go to our Pioneer playlist and look for that, and we'll explain it to you. It's no big deal. Kicker amps are 2 ohm stable only in mono. That's how they build them. They're not a 1 ohm guy. That's what separates a Rockford from a Kicker.
Hey, what's up, Julio? The CTS from Orlando, the red one?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up? I'm looking to upgrade my sub. I got the Rockford P312 power. What do you recommend? I want to go with the external amp setup.
You answer that one.
No, that's a different one.
I wasn't listening. No,
Okay.
I was going to say you can answer. I'm sorry. We'll read that one again. Hey, Dean, should I set gains before or after my DSP setup? Always set gains first. You want to know where the clipping is before you do anything else, because you want to be able to maximize the output volume. That's why you choose whether you want to do 0 or plus 5 dB or plus 10 dB. Mm-hmm. At a minimum, set them to 0. And then you can always go back and adjust them afterwards if you need to, tweak it here or there, but always gains first. Always gains first.
All right, so I'm looking to upgrade my sub.
Okay, well the 2400.1 is a big amp. We're talking normal Kicker stuff here, the small stuff.
Okay. So upgrading the P312 external amp. What do you recommend?
All right, what was that? All right, I'm sorry. This question just doesn't want to be answered.
Okay.
Squirrel. Huh? Yeah. All right. One more time.
Upgrading the P312, the Rockford.
Okay.
With an external amp, what do you think is best?
The Rockford P312 with an external amp.
Well, at that point you can go anything.
Well, wait a minute. Are we? Well, P312 is only going to handle so much. I mean, okay, so you basically need a 500 watt amp. At the end of the day, you need a 500 watt amp. You can do the Prime 501. You could do the Pioneer GMD 8601, I think it is. There again, it depends on the old blow. That Kicker 601's a nice one. Alpine makes a 501. JL makes a 501. Just look for a 500 watt amp at the end of and a real 500 watt amp. Don't go get some funky off-brand 500 watt amp. You want that.
Yep. Let's see. Thanks for the answer. I'll keep looking for those SMD DD1s.
Yeah, that was really a long time ago.
Yeah.
What kind of dust bucket do you use your JSON router with? Oh, we got the Blue Lows. We use the Blue Lows buckets, and they're great. We got a couple more buckets too that the guy brought us the other day. But no, we used and they fit perfect. Yeah. What we had to do is we cut a square, routed a hole in the center, the exact same diameter as the bucket itself. Turned the bucket upside down, got it in flat, siliconed it in place, screwed it up into. We took our vacuum door, attached that into the bottom of it with silicone there again, so we had a nice tight seal. And actually, before we did that, we put a 1/2-inch circle in there so we could route it out, kept that on, and then put in our door to open and close it and attach that, and it's working great. I gotta say, it's working amazing, because I wanted to get the Mobile Solution ones, and I had no problem with that. Hey, because, you know, money grows on trees, and apparently we have a money tree in the back. But this works so well. This was just a temporary solution to see if it would actually work, and they work amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously, the only thing I don't have is a clear viewing window, but whatever. It's okay. So, yeah, but Mobile Solutions does make some if you don't want to do them on the cheap.
Yep. Alright, speaking of the Trailblazer, my 2005 came with a single DIMM Pioneer and a pack OS2. No C or X, no Bose.
Yep.
We'll have an update OS2 for a newer double DIMM. Yep. The kids I got just the new year.
So what do we want? What was the question? Did it make sense to you? Because it didn't make sense to me.
No idea.
Alright, well it didn't make sense to you. Let's move on. If you want to go from a single double DIN with that OS2, yeah, it'll work the same. I mean, if you want something that's going to have steering wheel controls, if the car has steering wheel controls, then you're going to have to replace it. Or you might be able to add just an SWIRC because that was available back when that one was out.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, yeah, go ahead and use it. You guys should do a series TV show rather than the YouTube channel. If someone was willing to pay me, I would be more than happy to do that because that would be a lot less work for me. But Velocity hasn't called to say, hey, we want to have you guys on because we like what you do.
Alright, I thought the new 2018 Kicker amps were 1 ohm. I thought.
As I know right now, they're 2 ohm. There again, I don't get to read every single piece of paper that comes through, but the KX series might be 1 ohm. I'd have to look. We primarily don't deal with the KX series amplifiers. Paul likes to sell the CX and DX. If I remember correctly,
yeah,
they might be.
Go ahead.
Yeah, keep talking.
You have it?
I thought I did.
Let's see. Jason, Hertz speakers energy series are okay. Yes, they are good. They're really good.
Yeah, the energies are nice.
Yeah.
And they're called energy for a reason because they're loud.
All right. So. Let's see.
Kicker or Pioneer Shell Mount 12? So I'm going to go Kicker. The Comp RTs. The Comp RTs, not the other ones. Those things are...
Does the variation of the ohm low from a speaker change where the amp clips? Or is it entirely due to the signal inside the amp?
Look at Sue. I'm surprised you haven't cut a hole in the side of the bucket and put plexi on there so you could see it then.
Where?
Sue's comment. My wife trying to school me on what I should be doing to the side of the bucket. It's right there. It's right on the screen. As soon as I said that, that's what I thought, Sue. So yes, we'll probably cut a hole in the side of the bucket if it bothers me too much. But it hasn't bothered me yet, so we're gonna move on. Okay. What's your favorite Disney character? Do you have a favorite Disney character?
No, probably Donald.
Yeah. Really? Donald's your favorite?
I think, yeah.
Is he your favorite because he's part of the three
the three amigos?
Caballeros.
The three caballeros. There you go.
Three caballeros? The three caballeros?
Yeah, why not?
So you like Donald?
I like Donald.
Well,
right now I actually like
Hey
the chicken. Hey Moana.
I gotta be honest, I really don't have a favorite Disney character, unless you want to count like a Star Wars character. But
what's your favorite?
Star Wars character is Boba Fett. I mean, that's a gimme. I mean, really?
Oh, no, I know.
There's a box with Boba Fett on display. There's Mandalorian logos all over the install bay.
Even in the car.
They're in my
under the car.
In the hood, on the wheels.
Under the car.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Well, under the hood.
But I really, it's like I have an equal affinity for most of the Disney characters. I like them all. I don't really, we have a bunch of Disney stuff in the house. I have a lot of Mickey Mouse. I guess I'm an old school guy. I'm gonna say it's probably Mickey Mouse.
What are your favorite brands?
I think we covered that earlier when I said I really like Morale, and then trying to pick an amplifier is really tough. So we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, now that it has been mentioned, it will be next.
Keep it light.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, no, it will. That's cool. That's all good. All right, is that it? What do we got?
Yeah. We're gonna just trying to keep it light.
No, I mean, was there any more questions that we missed? I'm sure we had to miss something.
Yeah.
Give me something else while we're still here. We got a couple more minutes, then we gotta get out of here.
What's the best brick amp Alpine KTP 45U versus holders?
Okay, so the 45U is really kind of cool for the main reason that it fits really nice in the dash. It has a variable crossover. It can be 2-channel as opposed to 2-channel input as opposed to just all 4 inputs. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to beat that one. Pioneer makes a cheaper version of it. It's almost the same thing, but it doesn't have gain control, so that kind of kicks it out of the equation. The Kenwood makes one, but it's not a brick. It's kind of oblong. If you saw the pictures of the Jeep I just did, there was 2 funky looking ones there, but they do make a full competitor for it that's more marine, in that it's got a conformally coated board, so you can use it in a little bit more situations than you can the 455U, but it's only 4-ohm compatible. It can't do 2-ohm compatible, so that kind of takes it out of using it to replace like in a Toyota or something like that. So that one is really kind of the nice one. The one we haven't played with yet that's kind of a brick amp is going to be the new Kicker, what's it called?
Key.
The Kicker Key. We haven't had a chance to play with that one yet. It's driving me crazy. I really want to go with it. What's up, Corey? We have it. It's been driving me nuts.
All right.
According to Kicker, the new KX are 1-ohm stable. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Jesus. Jesus.
Thank
you can check it out and see. I can put it together with my Cop RT. Yeah, so the new KX. Okay, so that answers that debate.
ACM.
Trinidad in the house.
Yep.
All right, what's the next question?
One more. Hey guys,
ACM. Oh, Jesus, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We just got 2 of them in the other day.
Yeah.
Also, if you really so the brick amps are nice because they're brick. They're just kind of glorified like radio amplifiers. If you want a true small brick style amplifier, Audio Control just came out with the ACMs. Those are the amplifiers we're going to put in Fernando's car.
Wow.
They have 3 of them. 2 of them are shipping. They have a 200 by 2 by 300, a 1 by 300, and then shipping soon will be the 4 by 300. Mm-hmm. We have a 2 by 300 and a 1 by 300 that we're going to put in his car. They are full high level input, as well as they have RCA input, so it's a little bit more versatile and a lot more power than the brick amps. Thank you, Ada, for reminding me of that.
Yep. All right, I have an amp that does 70 watts RMS at 4 ohms, but 200 watts RMS Bridget.
Yes, okay. Bridget, I thought you were going to tell me at 2 ohms. I was going to say, what the?
Which should I do for a pair of 125 watts components?
Okay, so here's the deal. If you have a 2-channel amplifier, 4-channel amplifier, it really doesn't matter which one you have. You're going to have a 4-ohm rating, you're going to have a 2-ohm rating, then you're going to have a 4-ohm mono rating. And the reason why you have that is because you have, if you're wiring an amplifier up, 4-ohm mono and 2-ohm stereo is going to be the same ohm load. So, and 4-ohm mono is going to be 50 watts by 4. 4-ohm stereos, let's say 50 watts or 70 watts by your own 4 case. 2-ohm mono is usually somewhere around double that. So let's just say 120 watts or 140 watts, if you want to be exact, double at 2 ohm stereo. And then if you bridge it, it's going to be 4 ohm mono. That's going to be, let's say in this case, 340 watts or whatever it would be. You can only run it at 4 ohms. So that would be like good for a left speaker only. You need to get a second one for a right speaker only. So you can't run it at anything other than 4 ohms or you're going to blow it up. So in your case, you're going to run it at stereo 4 ohms and call it a day.
All right, the last one. And
okay.
We can end with that. David, what's your favorite music groups or DJ?
Music. Okay, so I'm a big Van Halen fan. Love Van Halen. The guy this weekend just gave me AC/DC in the Cars. I like a lot of AC/DC, but I really like the Cars. I like DJ, what's his name, the one we always listen to? Steve Aoki, big fan of Steve Aoki, yeah, and there's another one that I listen to too.
Marshmallow.
Phil Collins fan, love Phil Collins. Genesis, I feel they're the same group. What do you got?
I love salsa, like salsa, everything, and not like this salsa.
You like that
spicy
too?
Salsa, but yeah, salsa, bachata, rock, Spanish rock.
Bridged equals mono.
And
yes.
And 80s, like 80s, 70s.
80s rock music.
Yeah,
anytime
rock
we play,
music.
anytime
like
we play the
English,
80s rock
yes,
music, he
I
gets
love
so
that.
excited.
Yeah, man.
Metallica. I like Metallica too.
Metallica.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. David Lee Roth, Van Halen, or the other guy. I'm an equal opportunist there. I like Sammy Hagar and I like David Lee Roth. I look at them as two different bands, and I consider them old Van Halen, new Van Halen. I like them both. I feel Sammy Hagar, it got kind of boring there in the end. Like when they came out with the last album he was on, there was only like one song in there that was any good. After that, it was like, I think at that point there was too much. Eddie was driving everyone crazy like he did when David had to go. So yeah, lots of fun there.
All right, go Bulls.
I have a bunch of Metallica stuff too. So what we'll do is every now and then we'll go through classic rock days and the install bay. Oh, I'm a big fan of Pink Floyd too.
Yeah, Pink Floyd.
And there again, like Van Halen, you have before Roger Waters and after Roger Waters, and I like them both for the most part. I do have the Pink Floyd Sennheiser headphones. Nice, stupid expensive. Very nice sounding though, and they have really good Bluetooth for Bluetooth headphones. All right, guys.
Thank you,
that
guys.
puts us at an hour.
Thank
Sorry
you, everybody,
we were late
for
today.
coming in.
D&F Tool Drawer. If you want to get tools or the stuff we use, check it out. You see it in the videos. We are on Patreon, so if you guys want to support us there, go right ahead. Doesn't matter. Just watching the show is enough support.
Yep.
If you want shirts, Teespring/store/5-star car stereo. And with that, you guys have a great night. Have a great week. We will see you live again Saturday. Can't wait for that. Love these live shows. Check out today's video.
Is good.
Check out today's video. We do a quick review of the 9905 because we put it in my car. We took the halo out. We talk all about that.
Podcast, yes.
And we do a podcast. It usually comes out Thursday. And the video today is really cool because we put a macro lens to test out the screen resolution between a 994 and a 9904, 9905. So you get to see real time what the heck the difference is. So that's awesome. All right, guys. Thank you again. Bye.